Frankie, thanks for joining us. Professional Development League 2 final on Saturday at Sheffield United. How much are you and the squad looking forward to that, first of all?
Immensely. Elite sport is about participating at major events, so you can't get any major than a final. So we're quite confident going into it, and hopefully we'll perform well.
And we've talked a number of times this season about the squad getting some reward for the hard work they've put in and the excellent performances. They've already won the Northern title. This would really cap it off this weekend.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, we've had a fantastic season. They've performed well, they've got results. But like you say, that topped everything off to win this final.
And like we've talked about before, the age of the squad, through people progressing to the first team like Philip Billing, injuries and things you've had to deal with, it's been a very young team, embodied by the one that beat Millwall in the semi-final.
Yeah, we had 7 under-18s playing, 2 of which were under 16, but they've stepped up to the plate. They've come in, performed well. So we might have a bit of a problem with team selection for Saturday.
That's a good problem to have as any coach.
Yeah, fantastic, and everyone's chomping at the bit. Training's been very intense. They've been at it. The quality's been good, so they're all striving to get into that team.
Having said all this, definitely can't overlook Sheffield United, a team we know well from our 2 meetings this season. They carry their own threat, and it's been good games this season against them.
Yeah, and plus it's a Yorkshire derby. So it will be tough, any final or semi-final is a tough game, so there'll be 2 good teams going head to head.
How important do you think it will be on the day that we've got good experience of these big occasions, whether it's this season with the Premier League Cup or this group? A lot of them won the under-18 title under you a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, but boys being what they are, some of them could still freeze. We hope they don't, but some of them now have been involved in 4 finals, since we've been here. The likes of Will Boyle has been in and around it, so again, it's always a great achievement to reach a final, and we just hope we perform well on the day.
Obviously the whole idea of your age group is to try and prepare guys for first team football. These big occasions, they're about as near as you get to a first team competition, aren't they? I think about Hull when there were almost 1,000 people there at North Stand Loyal were there giving them good backing. It kind of recreates the atmosphere they're going to have to deal with later in life. Yeah,
of course. It does get quite close, and it's how much pressure the boys put on themselves as well, and like I said, they've experienced that before. We try and bring them up the right way, and like I keep saying, they've got to produce, they have to perform well. They've had the disappointments of the whole game where they felt disappointed, they were gutted. They don't want to feel like that again, so hopefully we can go one better and win the final.
From the club's perspective, looking kind of at a wider remit, since the under-21 group was kind of formalised and the league was formalised 4 years ago, we've been very good in terms of winning things and reaching finals. In terms of reputation of the Huddersfield Town Academy, how important do you think that has been to kind of establish ourselves as a club that does things the right way?
I think that was very important, when we first came in. We've put a lot of work in for 4 years, but we realised we had to do something different, and we had to win games and get noticed. I think you can ask anybody now, certainly in Category 1 and Category 2 Academy football, about Huddersfield Town. I think we've gained a very good reputation, and people fear us actually, when we go and play there, which is rightly so, because our performances and our results over the 4 years have been very good.
And when we're looking at recruiting the next 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and they can look to your team and they see the likes of 16-year-old Jordan Williams, 16-year-old Ryan Schofield playing in a national semi-final against Millwall, possibly a final on Saturday, that can't be a bad tool for our recruitment guys to show what's possible.
It's fantastic, but they see that we have a winning mentality, they see there's a pathway, and they also see we get boys in and around our first team, and I think all those things combined together suggest that we have a very good academy.
What do you think's? How do you see the game panning out on Saturday? I mean, Sheffield United, we've seen them before. They've got their own style of play that's hard to combat. We saw that Millwall had another style of play as well, but the lads stood up to that admirably on the day.
Yeah, and you come across different types of football, so hopefully, we'll prepare well during this week, and we'll be ready for whatever they throw at us on Saturday.
And the team, I think, as much as individual players are important to see them stand out when you're looking towards the first team, I think the team together over the season has really progressed into a great unit under you as well. They're a good sum of the parts.
Yeah, the pleasing thing for me is, the start of the season we gelled. We went on a magnificent unbeaten run. which culminated in players getting in around our first team. Then we've had to introduce some younger players. They've come in, and like we said before, they've stepped up to the plate, but they seem to have gelled as well. So I think we've got a very good team ethic. We've got some good individuals, and hopefully that culmination will lead to us winning the final.
And I'm sure our fans have seen the results through the season, but they probably don't realise how far you think the squad's come from the first day that you're on the pitches behind you, because the start to the season was a little mixed for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, hand on heart, I feared for us during pre-season. You know, the quality wasn't great. We didn't pass the ball particularly well. We weren't intense enough without the ball and with the ball. But they've worked really hard throughout the year, and results would suggest that we've worked on that. And you know, we do try and play. We move the ball quickly. We score goals. You know, we try not to concede. And I think they've grown as individuals and as a team.
And finally, Frankie, I've seen a lot of Huddersfield Town fans quite excited about Saturday. It's another game to extend the season out for them. How important and how worthy do you think these guys are of getting a bit of support from Town fans at Bramall Lane on Saturday? They kind of deserve it, don't they? Really?
Yeah, they do, and it would be much appreciated if you know, our supporters could get there. I can't tell you how much delight we had in the whole game. You know, the semi-final at home, we had nearly 1,000 people there, North Stand loyal, turning up in numbers and very vocal. If we could have the same Saturday, that would be terrific.